Salute. You are now rocking with the best Chip Game Sports TV. Right back at it again. I want to talk real briefly before we end this wonderful Tuesday night about interviews that I saw today on DallasCowboys.com with Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and Mike McCarthy was asked several questions. I didn't gain or gather a whole lot about what their thoughts are. I just got what I thought of them already. I did, however, like when Jerry ribbed his son Stephen and said Taco was Stephen's choice, Parsons was my choice. And so, if that be the case, we don't know who else Stephen might have dragged in there or not dragged in, and likewise with Jerry. But if that be the case, I want Jerry Jones' fingerprint to continue to stamp impressions on this football team. Because in a few short nights, if you had a 24th pick in the first round, and if you got 9 total picks, you have got to hit. As far as I'm concerned, you got to hit on at least 50% of your draft picks. And this draft seems to be heavy somewhere in the middle rounds more than any other years. And so that be the case, we really need to make some sound picks. Now, I've been asking myself the last couple of days as we go into the draft, and I've been listening to the others. And so I guess my questions are the same as others may have as it relates to Dallas football Cowboys. What would make me upset? What pick would make me upset? If the Dallas Cowboys would select in round 1. We can't select a quarterback. You got a $40 million one in the building. You can't select a running back. You got 2. You can't select a kicker or punter. None of that in the first round. Okay? You can't select a tight end unless he's a heck of a blocker. As far as I'm concerned, you can't even select someone on defense with that first pick. Defense does win championships, but boy, it's that offense that's going to bring you into those playoffs. And so if we speak about offense, the thing the Cowboys have to do is protect their interests and protect their investment with Dak Prescott. You have got to take care of Dak. If you care anything about your team, if you care anything about Dak, you have got to protect Dak in the first round, second round, down to the 5th round. Block for him. What does that mean? Give us some offensive linemen. I'm not totally sold on the center. Tackles in trouble, guards in trouble. Tight end is okay, but you do need a blocking tight end. So let's shore up the offensive line. Now, if you would pick any pick in the first round that I'll be comfortable with other than offensive line, and they're going to talk about pick the best player on your board or the best player available. It's not time for that, okay? You've got to pick an offensive line. And the only other position that I'm not satisfied with where you need to do something is wide receiver. But with it being a deep wide receiver draft, you could wait a little while longer, okay? So you got to protect Dak. Why would you shell out $40 million if you would not put a fortress around that $40 million? It's like if you were at a bank and the gates are wide open, no alarm is set, the safe is wide open, and we see all this cash. And you could just go get it any given time you want it. Pick up a few hundred, pick up a few thousand. pick up a few tens of thousands. Hey, let's pick up 100,000. Okay? $40 million invested in Dak. You have got to build some fortress around him where folks can't penetrate. You could go ahead and get a wide receiver. What good is the wide receiver if Dak has no time to throw to the wide receiver? And every time he would throw the ball, somebody's in his lap. It's like, 1 second, 2 seconds, wow, he's on his back. And that'll be the result if you don't invest with some young, fresh, stud, dog linemen in this year's draft. Okay, so let's get somebody on the defense. Go and get them, because you'll be on the defense a heck of a lot if you don't protect Dak, because they'll be 3 and out and 3 and out and 3 and out and 3 and out. You know, if you're going to throw this ball down the field, you need time to throw this ball down the field. If you're going to run this rock, you're going to need to push these defensive linemen out of the way so that you can run this rock. Invest in an offensive line, and the offensive line will invest in you. $40 million spent on 4. I need you to show me why you're here for, and protect number 4. With that, I'm out. Shalom and salute. It's game day, baby. Whoo!